Hello, my lovelies. I'm Lindsay, and if you're watching this, you are expecting your order any day, or it's just arrived. Now, I know you've been anticipating the arrival of this box for a week or so, and it's finally here. You open it up to find all your pretties inside. You get totally overwhelmed. You get stage fright. I am here to help you. I'm going to walk you through this process, show you exactly how to fill your palette and how to put it on your face. And I'm even going to show you how to apply it in two different ways, one with a brush and one with your finger. And hope that this helps you feel more comfortable to use the product right away. So I have an order here that is for my daughter. So she picked the 12, the palette that has room for 6 on top and 6 on the bottom. Now this is a good size to get and to grow into. So that's why she got this size. So I have that, and then I'm got her beautiful Saint brush, which I am just gonna leave in there. This is the buff. This is the best brush, right? So she's got that one, and now I am looking at her tins. And sorry, we have a few things here. Okay, so when you get your tins, they all come like this, and they all have this beautiful artwork on the top of them. Every tin is a little different as far as what the cover looks like. Now, when you're going to go and open it, you are going to push your finger on the bottom and gently slide it out. Don't push it up too hard because it'll struggle. So you just let your thumb do the work and push the tin. Now, there's a really good chance you're going to put your finger in it. A lot of people do. Just be patient. It'll be okay. Just remember to let your thumb do the work and push it out. So this color is her main highlight. So I am just going to take that into the palette, and I am going to pop that in right there. So that is her main, and your main will be the darker of the two highlights that we got you. And the next one will be her brightening highlight, which is Moonlit. Moonlit is the lightest shade we have. So again, just let your thumb do the work and push that out. And then we're going to put that right into the palette like that and slide it over. Okay. Next will be Ash, which is the contour. And contour is always really scary when people see it at first. They're like, oh my gosh, it's so dark. It's not going to work. Promise. It's going to blend so beautiful. You're going to wonder what you ever worried about. So this is her contour. It's Ash. So again, just push it out. See how lovely and chocolate colored that is. So we're going to put that in right next to her highlight and her brightener, just like that. And the last one she got was a lip and cheek. She chose Royal, which is just this beautiful shade. So I am going to put that in right next to her contour, just like that. Now I will say that you should remember to keep one of the lids. Like, you don't need to keep them, they're recyclable. You can keep them if you want. Some people make magnets out of them or picture frames. I recycle them. Keep one, because when you want to move your tins around, you just slide that skinny end right between the tins like this, and you pop it up using that edge of the tin. So make sure you're keeping at least one of the lids so you can move your tins around when you want to move your tins around. Now, another benefit to having the two decker palette is that you can keep your powders separate from your creams. Now, this is not mandatory. You don't need to do it, but I really like to have them separate just because sometimes the powders have fallout and you don't want that getting into your cream. So she got a few eyeshadows here. She got Gigi and Cole and Lullaby. So I am going to pop those in to the bottom part of her palette after. But I will have that separate for her. So one is creams on one level, and then we can start palette powders on the second level. Okay, so that is assembling your compact. Now, I'm going to show you how to apply, and I'm just going to show you with my products. And the first side of my face, I am going to do the Cheetah hack. Now, this is a very common application method that a lot of people use. I have done it twice. I'm going to do it again for the third time for you. I'm not a professional, but I'm going to do this side of my face, the Cheetah hack, and I'll use the brush on this side of my face. So there's nothing on my face. I showered when I got home from work. I just did mascara and a quick eyeshadow just so my eyes are done. So everything else that I'm going to show you is out those 4 tins like I just put in the palette. Okay, but these are my colors. So first I'm going to do the Cheetah hack on the right side of my face. And I'm first going to go in with contour. Contour is the dark, scary color. I'm going to start in the middle of my forehead here, and I'm just going to put some dots. Now my contour is also ash. It's a very common contour that a lot of people use. So I'm just going to put that on my forehead like that. Very light to the touch, not a lot of product on there, okay? And I'm also going to put the contour on my cheek. So my rule of thumb is go from the top of the earlobe down. You're going to feel the bottom of your cheekbone. So I typically apply there. Now there is a fad right now, or a trend, or whatever everyone is calling it, where people are putting contour higher up on their cheekbone. I am just going to stick with what I know and put it just at the bottom of my cheekbone. Another place where you can put it is on the side of your nose for nose contour. So I'm just going to do a couple dots on the side of my nose. Okay. And then I'm going to put some on my jawline here. And because I have a square jaw, I always like to camouflage it with a little contour up by my ear. So I'm just going to put some dots by my jawline. Just down there along my jaw. Do you see? Put another one up here. So my contour is done on the right side of my face. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my brightening highlight. Now I use white peach. That is my girl. So I'm going to go in very light, just over my eyebrow. Okay. Just kind of hugging that contour line on the side of my nose. Okay. Also like some on my Cupid's bow and on my chin here. Okay. And then the last place I'm going to put the brightener is under my eyes. Okay. And now some of you may have gotten a color corrector in your palette, and if you do have color corrector, this is where you would put it on. So I use Frenchie for my dark circles. I am just very, very gently gonna put a little bit of Frenchie on top of that darkness. Okay. 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 And then the next thing I'm going to do is go in with my main highlight, which is June. And now I'm going to go up on my forehead here and just go between that contour and that brightener. Okay. Just going to put it where I need it. No excess. no extra, no waste. Isn't that the worst about all that expensive makeup, is all of the waste? Okay. And then the last thing I'm going to do is put my cheek on, which I'm going to also use Frenchie for my cheek because it is a lip and cheek. So I'm just going to put a strip of it right there and a little bit of it right there. Okay, so the Cheetah hack is totally done on the right side of my face. Now next I'm going to use my brush to go in and do the left side of my face. Brush application is what I am most comfortable with. It's what I use every day. I either use the 3D brush or the Buff. The Buff is my ride or die. She is amazing. So I am going to first go in with the smaller end of my Buff and get that contour done. I always like to start with contour. No rhyme or reason to it, but that's just kind of like how I like to do it. So I'm going to go in just at my hairline with that contour and just put a strip there. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is go along my cheek just like I did before, but I'm going to go up because we want it to lift, right? So we have that line of contour there. And then I will go along my jaw. Just like that. You can see one side has dots, one is just a strip. And then the last place I'm going to put that contour is along the side of my nose. I did dots on the other one. This time I am doing a strip. Contour is on. Next thing that goes on is my brightener. So I'm going to go in again. Sorry. I'm going to go in again with white peach. Just gently tap my brush into it, and I'm going to go right over my eyebrow. Just in like a rainbow shape, right? And I'm going to go on my Cupid's bow and a little bit on my chin. Okay. And then I'm going to go under my eye. And remember, I'm going to go that Frenchie. Just going to put that on my dark circles a little bit. Now, if Frenchie doesn't work for you, we have color correcting for every skin tone. So reach out and I can definitely help you find the right solution. So again, just a little bit more brightener under my eye. And then that is it for brightener. So now I'm going to go in with my main highlight again, which right between those two contour lines, I'm going to put a strip down towards my chin. Okay, and then I'm going to go up here with my brush just around my nose and my cheek to fill in that space that doesn't have anything yet, okay? Just kind of stipple it. Okay, and then I am going to do my Frenchie for my lip and cheek. I'm going to put it there and a little on my cheek, okay? And now a little bit on my lip. And one other thing you can do, if you have a brow brush, is go in with your contour, and you can go in and you can use it on your brows. Just to fill and to smooth. It just goes on so beautifully. I like to do the brows right before I'm about to blend because I'm giving that cream on my face time to warm up and get ready to blend. Okay. Okay. Now I am going to use the buff brush that I just used to apply. I am going to use this to blend out my makeup, okay? So I'm going to take the large end and I am going to start at my jawline, circular motions and downward for this contour on my jaw. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably worried that the dark is going to get in with the light and the light's going to get in with the dark and it's going to look like a big giant mess. Now listen, I'm not a scientist. I don't know how this works, but all I can tell you is that the stuff stays where it's supposed to stay. So just trust the process. So circular motions downward for that strip of contour on your jaw. Okay. Then I always like to go back up to my forehead and do that contour. I think I missed doing a strip of June up on my forehead, so I am just going to go in and put a little bit there now. Now I know, not perfect, but you know what? I am not she. I am still learning, and it's okay. It's okay to be intimidated by stuff like this when you're not used to taking the time for yourself. But just remember, this is totally your time and it's totally worth it. Because you're worth it. Okay, forehead is blended. Okay, I'm gonna go back down here. Circular motions. It's all gonna come together. Okay, now I'm gonna take that small end and I'm gonna just do that contour. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna go down my nose. Okay. I'm gonna go in with the big end again. Buff out that blush. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is very gently over my eye, because I did the color correcting, right? So I don't want to pull too much. I'm just very gently dabbing and stippling and blending that color together. And this is creating this epic glow and this epic lift. And every time I am like, damn girl, where have you been? So those are two different ways to apply the makeup on either side of my face, and you can see how beautifully this blends together. You guys, look at this. Now, if I wasn't talking, this for sure would have taken me 5 minutes. Super easy. One magic brush. Highly recommend you get the brush. If you didn't get the brush and you need one, I can hook you up. Let me know how I can help you. And I'm so grateful to have you guys support me. And don't forget to love your beauty, and you're totally worth it.